I think Cedille really captures an amazing snapshot of what Chicago is offering.
It's remarkable how beyond category they are with the kinds of music they choose to record. It would be almost impossible to look at their catalog and say, Cedille records this kind of music or that kind of music. It's a wonderful diversity just all across the board of, you know, people doing things in Chicago, yes, but Chicago represents so many different musical styles, communities, musical adventures that people are taking, and Cedille is there to document, record, and share that with the world.
One of the desperate cries from young artists throughout my career has been, if only we could make recordings that we could use as a calling card that would get us known better. And what Cedille is doing is precisely that for Chicago artists and for Chicago composers.
The CD that Cedille Records helped us create is our best promotional package that we've ever had.
Could ever have.
Could ever have. It's our business card times 1,000.
Because Cedille's mission is not only to produce records, but to help promote the careers of the Chicago musicians it records, the company invests far more on promotion than it would ever expect to recoup on sales.
It's very hard to build a career if people aren't hearing what you're writing. And especially in this world where there's now YouTube and stuff and other maybe versions that maybe shouldn't get out there are getting out there, I feel like this is a chance for me to say, this is the way I envision the piece. For me, as a composer, that's really important. If these recordings weren't out there, my career would probably not be where it is today.
It's been essential to our career, I would say.
Absolutely. I mean, our notable women's CD, really at the time, Lincoln Trio was a relatively new trio around, and it sort of put us on the map, and people knew who the Lincoln Trio was, and that's really all thanks to Cedille Records.
You have a wide variety, but a very well organized little army, if you will, of people behind you.
I think since recording the first CD with them in 2007, we have really had much bigger kind of broad exposure, especially here in Chicago, but also internationally, because our CDs are being sold everywhere. And we get reviews from every single country where those CDs are sold.
All the ideas really come from the musicians themselves. I'm not out there saying, gee, I wonder who could record a good Moonlight Sonata. No, these musicians say, here's what I'm passionate about.
I've been actually able to be artistically free, and I've been able to record programs that have been important, and sometimes they're actually programs that Jim didn't want to record, some composers, and it's become such a rare thing in classical music recording, and so I'm forever grateful to Cedille.
You can really bring an idea to Jim, and he is totally open-minded, which is really an amazing thing as an artist to have that at a record label.
The repertoire that Cedille records is something that's really special to those of us that get to play it. By supporting Cedille Records, you're not only supporting these wonderful albums that Jim puts together, but in fact, by supporting the albums, you're supporting the performance careers of all of these musicians from Chicago as they perform not only in Chicago, but throughout the world.
I didn't expect to find something like this in Chicago. So when we moved, and little by little you start making friends and making connections, and I feel absolutely so lucky to be working with them.
You know, at the end of the day, all that hard work, and then you get to hear the end product that makes it real. Really, you say at the end, it was worth all that hard work because we've got something here that's truly special.
First class from beginning to end.
You're going to be out there in perpetuity. That's the closest thing to immortality we could wish for.